Welcome to Things I've Learned from My Friend God, where what I've heard in darkness I now speak in the light, and what I've heard him whisper in my ear, I am shouting out from the rooftops. Enjoy. I see two women on a stage in a contest. The first woman is very skimpily dressed. The second woman is extremely well dressed. There's a wild and rowdy crowd that's giving hoops and hollers for the barely dressed woman who begins to take off her clothing. Meanwhile, the well-dressed woman, seeing and hearing the response from the crowd at her opponent's behavior, begins to join in for fear of losing the contest. So she begins to quickly tear away at her own clothing. The crowd starts going absolutely crazy with whistles and hollers, getting up on their chairs and shouting out words of affirmation, until both women, caught up in the momentum of it all, begin to strip away every last stitch of their clothing, until by the end, they both look exactly the same. Cheap. You see, the very well-dressed woman had forgotten who she was. She got so caught up in people-pleasing the crowd for fear of losing the contest. But really, she lost so much more. Her identity, which conformed to the status quo. The first woman never knew who she was. She came in not knowing. Instead, she walked into the auditorium that day as a puppet for the people. Let that not be you. Let that not be us in how we move as the body of Christ, as a puppet for the people. There will always be an unruly crowd yelling, "Take it off!" But meanwhile, God is whispering, "Put it on and keep it on." This mantle of integrity, put it on and keep it on. This mantle of love, this mantle of truth, put it on and keep it on. This mantle of humility, this mantle that fights for the justice and righteousness for the people, especially those who don't have a voice. Put it on and keep it on. So in all of our fighting for the direction of this country, let us not lose our integrity. Neither let us relinquish our tenderness of heart and our compassion for humanity and for those even whom we consider our enemies, the enemies of the cross of Christ and his plan, those who in ignorance wrongfully try to oppress the truth and suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Pray for them. Because only then will God's favor continue to rest upon us and what he's doing. Because he desires that we represent him well. He says, let us not feel the need to play dirty to win, returning evil for evil, slander for slander, insult for insult. We don't have to. Because God is saying now to us, win with dignity. Run the rest of this race to November the 3rd and after with dignity, with integrity. God is not ignorant of the fact that so many have grown weary in this fight. He says, but do not grow weary in well-doing, for you shall reap a reward if you don't faint in the process or play dirty to win. The storm clouds are beginning to break up, and I hope you can see it. See from God's perspective. But he is cheering for us, his body, his boots on the ground, and he is saying, keep going. Don't stop prematurely in this fight. Keep getting dressed, keep getting prepared, because the Lord will have his glorious bride. He will, and he will not be denied of it. But there's a way to win. There's a way to win. Thank you for listening to Things I've Learned from My Friend God. And if what you've heard has been a blessing, I would so love to hear from you. because we actually grow in the context of community. I can be reached through my website, libertydawnunited.com. And if you'd like to support this ministry, you can make a donation through the site by clicking the PayPal icon. I can also be booked for live sessions or Zoom through the website. In the meantime, I encourage you, get into your secret place with God, where He shares His secrets with His friends. God bless you.